Manchester United have today traveled to Tottenham Hotspur, that is in London, to take them on into this 31st match of the season for Erik ten Hag into the Premier League. Welcome to the United Matters channel, and we're here to bring you the confirmed starting 11s of Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, and the formations that the two managers have gone ahead to really deploy. Remember, Tottenham Hotspur just sacked their interim manager who stood in after Antonio Conte was sacked. That is Stellini. After being annihilated at Newcastle by 6-1, he was sacked by Daniel Levy, and now Levy Mason is really in charge. And most people are really afraid of the new manager bounce, but I think we are Manchester United, and we are really a team that has to go ahead and really put in a fight, as well called in by the fans of United onto here. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I'm really happy to see it that you guys are already in here for you. And let's get into the starting 11 of Manchester United with a man surprising us, and that is Bruno Fernandes. And this guy is really one of a kind, very much injured, but he has found himself recovering into a limited period of time, and here he is starting for a team known as Manchester United. And I think that is something great for we as the fans of United, that Bruno is starting, and we really love to see him obviously going in through to really lead the team, because he has shown us that he's really a born leader, and he is really a man that has gone ahead to show us that he is worth the amount of money we signed him from Sporting Lisbon. £65 million in total is the amount of money that we signed him. £45 million up front and £20 million of add-ons. That's what United have gone ahead to pay for Bruno Fernandes. Now, the starting 11 has the following: De Gea, Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Eriksen, Casemiro, Dalot, Anthony, Luke Shaw, Jordan Sancho, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. When you look at the substitutes, we are really having Butland, Luke Shaw, Malacia, Williams, Fred, Pelestri, Sabitzer, Elanga, Anthony Martial, and Wout Weghorst. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United that Ten Hag has really fronted to face a team called Tottenham Hotspur. When you go to Tottenham Hotspur, they're having Foster, Romero, Dyer, Lenglet, Pedro Porro, Hojberg, Skip, Perisic, Son, Kane, Richarlison. Remember, Richarlison has not yet scored any single goal in the Premier League ever since he signed for a side known as Tottenham Hotspur. Then there is the following as substitutes: Austin, Tanganga, Sanchez, Sarr, Davis, Mundo, Lucas Leiva, Danjuma, and Kulusevski. I'm really baffled as to why Kulusevski has not gone ahead to start this game of football, because he's really a very good player, and I think he offers a lot to the team of Tottenham Hotspur going forward. But the manager has really said, no way, I'm really fronting Kulusevski to come in and really get the job done and dusted. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel. Now, let's go into the lineup of Erik ten Hag and the formation that is deploying tonight. David De Gea keeping his position into all in between the stitches after going ahead to really cause havoc to Manchester, after going ahead to really cause havoc to Brighton, and we knocked them out through penalties. He's in between the stitches. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has gone ahead to maintain his position as a right back. Remember, he only played close to 100 plus minutes, and the manager took him off and brought on Tyrell Malacia. Then Diego Dalot is played as a right back for Manchester United. Sorry, a left back for Manchester United. It's his, I think, fourth game in the row. He first played as a left back for Manchester United in the game of Nottingham, then Sevilla, then Brighton, and he comes into the game of Tottenham Hotspur. Luke Shaw on the left side of the central defense, Victor Lindelof playing on the right side of the central defense. We really like this central defense partnership, and they really looked great against Tottenham Hotspur. And I expect them to put in a performance that none of us is really going to doubt into the game today in London. Then Casemiro and Eriksen playing to the double pivot. Obviously, you know that it's not going to be an easy game for Tottenham Hotspur, especially to win the midfield battle without the likes of Bentaku or Besuma, and Hojberg is the only experienced player into that midfield, and you're always going ahead to cause havoc to them, even when Hojberg is playing alongside Yefis Besuma or Bentaku. So it shows you how good it is for United and how our chances are high of really winning this beautiful game of football. Casemiro and Eriksson have not been playing for some long period of time. Casemiro was out for like 3 weeks because he was suspended, and Eriksson was out for 2 months. And they've not yet gotten back to the levels expect them to be. And I think it's good to see to it that they will build up momentum until we find ourselves in a position of playing the final of the FA Cup with Man City on the 3rd of June. So these games should be really act as those fitness raising levels. That's it. So Bruno Fernandes starting in the central attack midfield area. Remember, in my match preview, I never really put him in because I thought that maybe Ten Hag would rest the player to really get him ready for the game of Aston Villa on Sunday at Old Trafford. But obviously he couldn't because he knows how his leadership skills are always missed on the field of play every time he's not playing, and that is Bruno Fernandes. So he has come in through, recovered from injury, and he's here to start for United. Then Anthony, right attacking midfielder for the club of Manchester United. He's really one of those players that you'll always want to watch. He's really trying to improve a lot of things. And the game of Brighton, he gave me some 2-3 moments in the final third of the opponent, and I said, yeah, that is Anthony for us, and he's really going ahead to really improve, meaning that this is his adaptive season. And in front there, I'm going to go on and really bring you what he has gone ahead to say ahead of this game of Tottenham Hotspur and how this is an adaptive season for him to really get fit into the Premier League. And I think his numbers are really doing are not bad. You know, if at all you're having 8 goals and close to 3 assists this season, not bad. If at all you can go ahead and really score in some more 5 goals and put up some 2 assists, if he hits 20, I think he's going to go ahead and really shush the mouths of all of the haters. Even Paul Scholes recently came out and really told us that he is really impressed by the improvement of Anthony into the United squad. Remember, he referred to him as a one style pony. That is it, a one-trick pony there for you, but he's eating his words. Jadon Sancho, one of the players that is being criticized a lot, yet I think he's really one of the players that I really see improving a lot at Manchester United under Eric Ten Hag. And Ten Hag has gone ahead to start him again, and Marcus Rashford is leading the line. People would worry, why is Antoine Martial not starting? You know, there is no way you're going to get a player like Antoine Martial who is just getting or who is just returning from injury and play him all these games. Remember, he started the game of Sevilla. Started the game Sevilla at Old Trafford. He started the game of Nottingham Forest away. You know, he started the game of Sevilla away, and now he started the game of Brighton. You know, those are 4 games, and he played 85 minutes on Sunday. So all what you would want to know about this Antoine Martial player is in the game against Spurs, Rashford is back, rest him, you know, let him come on and play some 30 minutes in the legs, and then he starts in the game of Aston Villa. So it's all about managing Antoine Martial and putting him to best levels of fitness that Ten Hag wants him to be. And he has now gotten to know how to manage him better. And I think if you're Antoine Martial, you'll be really enjoying to be on the bench because you know that your body needs to be managed, and Ten Hag is doing it better. So I think we're also having a very good bench. If at all you're having Sabitzer, you know, there is Fred, there is Antoine Martial. I think we're really having lots of options coming off the bench to really take us to where we want to be. So I see this team of football being ready to torment a side of Tottenham Hotspur at that side of London. I know people might be worried that Tottenham was really beaten badly by Newcastle, and it might be hard for us to really go past them. But I believe if they're not having Bentaku, you know, and Yefis Besuma in that midfield, I think we can go past them. You know, if Sancho cannot go past the right back of Spurs, then Pedro Porro, then who is he going to torment? Anthony, if he cannot really go past Perisic, then who is he going to torment? So we need to bring our A game in this beautiful game of football. However much they are playing with 5 defenders, that is none of our business. They're having a very good front line that I believe we can go ahead and really deal with into this juncture. Now, we are having Promise Andrew. Good evening, bro. Good evening, my brother. How are you? Then we are having Peacemaker. Good evening. Good evening, Peacemaker. Then I'm having Wakisa Mwakahenda. Good evening. Thank you for watching in through. Then Peacemaker. I'm happy. So Bruno is fit. Yeah, Bruno is 100% fit. And yesterday, he was not seen into his protective boot at Carrington. And it was rumored that he was going to be fit. And today, I think I brought you a story that Bruno Fernandes is really fit and has traveled to Tottenham Hotspur to really get part or to be part of that beautiful game of football down in London. So he's fit. And obviously, would love to see Bruno into every game of football that we do really play, because he leads this team. And secondly, I've liked the brevity of Eric Ten Hag to really bench Harry Maguire once again, and he has gone in for Lindelof and Luke Shaw as it's supposed to be, because Harry Maguire is a calamity. You know, we've lost very many games because of Harry Maguire. That's it. And I think he was still regretting why he brought on Harry Maguire in the game of Sevilla at Old Trafford that ended 2-2. You know, we lacked stability, you know, and if at all Lindelof was playing there with Lisandro Martinez, before Lisandro Martinez got injured, I think would have gone ahead to push high up the pitch and obviously cause more havoc to the team of Sevilla and score more goals. And it was so much evident in the game we played against Brighton that Harry Maguire was suspended. Lindelof and Luke Shaw really partnered very well, and they put up a show that all of us really want to see today. And I think if at all we defend as we defended against Brighton as a team and we put our bodies on the line, we can get a clean sheet from this game. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm really insinuating out of this game. John Manda, this is our game to win no matter what. Can be talking about this being our game to win. Obviously, we need to win this game of football. You know why? We need these 3 points. Spurs is 53 points, 6 points behind Manchester United. We win this game of football, we go 9 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, meaning that Tottenham Hotspur would have gone ahead to play 2 more games than us. If we win those 2 games, we are 15 points behind Spurs. Sorry, ahead of Spurs. And that puts us in a more comfortable position of really qualifying for the Champions League. The mission now is qualifying for the Champions League and obviously getting back to where we're supposed to be, because that's where we belong. Ten Hag has emphasized it a lot that we belong to the Champions League and United needs to be playing Champions League football next season. The other importance of qualifying for the Champions League is you can attract every player that you want. You know, right now, we are having a very good manager. Our plan is obviously drawn. The world is seeing it. Ten Hag has really put up a very good convincing squad at Old Trafford. And now what we are lacking is one, to let in the players that we want, Champions League football. We get into the Champions League, obviously, we are really going to go ahead and compete with the likes of Man City, Arsenal, and very many others on signing the quality players that are going to be on the market in the summer transfer window. Then we are having Titus Tumuhimbise. Good evening, bro. I see you should win. I see we should win this game of football. Obviously, if we can't beat Spurs when it's really capitulating to this level, then when are you going to beat it? Because when they came to Old Trafford, they had their full squad in, and they really fell a victim to us by scoring 2 goals to nil. And by then, it was our best game that we had ever played under Eric Ten Hag. And that annoyed Ronaldo. And Ronaldo found himself walking from the dugout to the tunnel. And Ten Hag really suspended him. I think Ronaldo never wanted to see us playing better when he's not up, when he's not in. And so we won that game of football very well. But Ten Hag asked today about the game that we played better against Spurs, that saw Fred and Bruno score against them in the second half, and he said we've gone ahead to play more beautiful games than the game of Tottenham Hotspur. And I think everything is going to be on us, or the onus is going to be on us to really win this game. And I see ourselves winning this game very comfortably. At the party OPM, Man United 2-0 Tottenham Hotspur. I think this time around we are going to score more goals, according to me, because when you're having Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, behind them having Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes, you are really guaranteed of supply to those players. And on the bench, we are having Anton Martial, meaning that Sancho can be taken off. Martial comes in through to lead the line. Then Rashford shifts to his left attacking side of the midfield. And I think Ten Hag just wants to see Rashford get that one goal to regain his confidence because he last scored in the game of Brentford. Yeah, in the game of Brentford, that's when Rashford has scored a goal for United, meaning that his confidence is still down and he needs to find himself in the position of really scoring a goal again to gain back his confidence at this juncture. Then Dimeji Abiyoye, good evening, David. Good evening, Dimeji. How are you? And I think you are Nigerian. And so, Promise Andrew, the defense must be focused. I trust in Luke Shaw and Lindelof. I know they are really good players. They are going to watch over Harry Kane. Bissaka is going to deal with Song Hyun-myun, and I think Delo will deal with Pedro Porro and Richarlison. So I think, unless otherwise, respecting a team known as Spurs, but I don't think they have a lot to offer in this game. Apart from them trying to really win the spirits of their fans back, having been annihilated by Newcastle over the weekend by conceding 6-1, I think they also know it in their hearts that they cannot match the levels of Manchester United. I understand we've been one of the worst teams. We've been one of the worst teams away from home in the Premier League this season, but towards the final bend of the season, I think we are getting back to where we're supposed to be. You know, few teams have gone at Nottingham and gotten a very comfortable win. That's it. Even Man City drew, Chelsea drew there, Liverpool was beaten, you know. Brighton yesterday was beaten, but we went there and we comfortably won that beautiful game of football by 2-0. Anthony scoring one and creating an assist for Diego Delo. That's what we did. So I think with Ericsson, Casemiro back, we are really destined to a very huge win here at the stadium of Tottenham Hotspur, known as the London Stadium. Mwanje Paul, I'm wishing them good luck. All right. Thank you for watching in through. And guys, smash the like button. We are having 30 people watching in with only 7 likes. Smash the like button. And if at all you want to subscribe to this channel, continue to subscribe because you're missing out onto a lot. Jamil Matovu, good evening, bro. Thanks for the good work you are doing. It's a win for United, 2-0. That's it. So, second viewer predicting a 2-0 win for Manchester United over Tottenham Hotspur tonight. I see 3-0, 4-1 for Manchester United because we have all the gadgets. We have all the weapons to torment that defense of Tottenham Hotspur. And secondly, we are a team that just needs to get the first goal. Unless otherwise, we don't utilize our chances. But if at all we do, we are going to find ourselves in a position of really annihilating this team. That's it. We only have to do the needful and really utilize our chances. The moment we do, we are going to find ourselves in a position of really destroying this team of Tottenham Hotspur because chances are going to be there. We need to take them. I don't want us to act like how we reacted in the game of Brighton. We had good chances, but we never found ourselves scoring any of those. So we just need to compose ourselves better in the final third of the opponent and obviously dispatch those chances. And if at all we dispatch them off, it will be something great. That is it. Dimeji Abiyoye, Man United is winning by 2-0. All right. Thank you very much for watching through. Third person predicting 2-0 win for Manchester United in this encounter. Then having John Viamokama, thanks, brother, for the work. We are to win, but how far with Glazers, please? The Glazers are trying to convene with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and obviously stay at the club. Sir Jim Ratcliffe would give 20% shares to the Glazers. That is Avram and Graham. Then he takes the 50%. That's the latest. But tomorrow, the 28th of April, is when the new bids are going to be put in. Sheikh Jassim Al Thani from Qatar is willing to really take 100% stake of the club. He's not accepting a partial stake. That is Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, and he wants to find himself in a position of really taking the club 100%. The Glazers look like the other siblings of theirs want to sell and they want to combine to stay with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So let's wait and see how tomorrow is going to happen. And the big story that's dropped this evening about the takeover United is simple. Mike Keegan has told us that the Glazers are willing to announce the person that they are willing to sell the club to next week. What does that mean? It means that by the end of next week, we'll be knowing who the Glazers have gone ahead to really sell the club of United to, either Sheikh Jassim Al Thani or the Sir Jim Ratcliffe of Ineos. That's it. That's the update that is coming in from the take of Manchester United. And I think we should be really waiting to see how the big news is going to happen tomorrow and what bid Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is going to put in. Umweni Henry, United win 2-0. All right. Thank you very much for watching in through. Then Araya, 4-0 United. I also have a belief in me that it can go ugly today on the side of Spurs. However much they're at home, I think United has all what it takes to really haunt the team of a side called Tottenham Hotspur. So, thank you for watching in through. I'm having Umweni Henry. I wish United all the best. Thank you. We also wish United all the best. Then we are having Issa Abida Ronald Molinda. Good evening, David. It's our win. Love your services. Thanks. All right. Thank you for keeping it United Matters channel. Also, you are always one of those that never misses out onto this channel, and you always watch us on a daily. Now, let's go to Spurs and how they are going to line up. The system they've brought is obviously a 3-4-2-1. That is it. 3-4-2-1. And Fraser Foster is in goal for Spurs. The three central defenders include Christian Romero, Dyer, and Lenglet. If I'm Manchester United, I target a lot of Christian Romero because he's just trigger happy. You know, he's a kind of player that you easily predict. He's so much into the mood of really calling in for fouls, and he has gotten close to 2 red cards this season. That is Christian Romero. So as it stands for me, I believe he deserves to be targeted by Erik ten Hag, especially Sancho and Marcus Rashford. You know, we should target him and obviously torment his day tonight. And I think that is one of the things that can be really done and that can be really best on to really win. Eric Dyer, Lenglet, I think none of these players can match the pace of Marcus Rashford. So we have to really cause a lot of havoc to them. I respect them. They are players of Spurs, but I really like a lot. Pedro Porro, I think defensively suspect, but going forward is a very good player. And I think Jadon Sancho should face... Sorry about that. I think Pedro Porro and Sancho and Diego Delo should sort themselves out. But I think Pedro Porro is going to face it rough. With Jadon Sancho coming in the mix, I think he's really going to be one of those players that's going to be tormented a lot into this game of football. Then Skip and Hojberg in the double pivot for Spurs. Perisic playing as a left wing back. That is Anthony and Aaron Wan-Bissaka dealing with him. Richarlison, Song Heung-min, and Harry Kane, front three of Tottenham Hotspur, facing the back line of Manchester United. Now, as it stands, we just need to cut off that midfield supply. That's it. And Spurs are not going to use the midfield a lot. That means we should dominate it and really focus a lot on denying them the supply to the wide areas. Because when you look at their starting 11, their attacks are going to depend on Pedro Porro and Perisic for the width. You know, Richarlison, Song Heung-min, they'll be diving into the midfield and then trying to really spread wide sometimes. And Harry Kane is going to be the apex of the attack of Tottenham Hotspur. And they're really a very good team. I've seen them beat teams like Chelsea, but not good competent teams. That's it. So Spurs is really a team that is coming into this game of football wanting a win, but I don't see them winning against us. That's it. I don't see them winning against us because they've been a bad side in their previous fixtures. We look at Spurs on the 3rd of April, they drew 1-1 with Everton. They beat Brighton by 2-1. They were beaten by Bournemouth at home by 3-2. And then Newcastle came up and beat them 6-1. So it shows you how ugly they've been in their previous fixtures, because they've only gone ahead to really win one out of their last 5 out of their last 5 Premier League fixtures. They've gone ahead to win only one. So it shows you how ugly they are, and we should capitalize onto this and beat them hands down. That's it. So I'm having Umweni Henry, United win 3-0, watching from Italy. Thank you, Henry, for watching from Italy. And it's always nice having you on this channel. Then I'm having I know Mugisha Willie, 2-1 in favor of United. All right. I think we are all in good vibes to see to it that we'll win this beautiful game of football and get ourselves to a position that we all deserve. Remember, if we win today, we will go to 62 points. Remember, we've already gone ahead to surpass the number of points that we collected last season, the entire season of 2021-2022. So United collect close to 58 points. Now we are having 59 points with 8 games to go. If we can win all the 8, that is 84. Those are 83 points together. If we can win like 6, those are 75 points altogether. And to me, if we get 75 points from the first season of Erik ten Hag, I think would have gone ahead to achieve a lot, according to me. And that takes us back to the games we lost at the beginning of the season. Brighton and Brentford. You add on those 6 points, you find yourself in a position of really having close to 80 plus points. And I think if Ten Hag is back in the summer, we will be into the contention to win the trophy next season. And I think I won't be mad if Ten Hag gets the backing he wants to come on here and really say that United are contenders of what we call the trophy. That's it. That we are contenders of the trophy. And I know it will sound mad to some of you, but I think with what Ten Hag is bringing on the table, we have no doubt onto telling him that can come in through and really put in the shift that we deserve at Manchester United and obviously win what we call the league. That's it. So I think it's good we find ourselves in a position of really getting to the levels of winning this beautiful game of football under Erik ten Hag, such that we go to the Champions League, get the best players that we deserve as United, and obviously attack the Champions League and the league of the Premier League better, not forgetting attacking the Premier League, attacking the transfer window as well deserved by the team of Manchester United. Now, Ten Hag has said, of course, he's ready. It's Bruno Fernandes. He's tough. He takes responsibility. He wants to play. He's a big player for us, and he makes a big impact in every game. He's our captain, so we are really happy. So having players like Bruno Fernandes is really amazing and really a little bit of a breather. You know, with that injury that he got, one would have said, I'm going to be out for 2 weeks, but he doesn't look at himself as a player who should be really put down and not come in and play. So congratulations to Erik ten Hag for really getting his captain back to do this beautiful game of football down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. And I think in such games, you would love to have Bruno Fernandes with you, because most of us thought that maybe we're going to be Marcel Sabitzer to come in through and do the needful, but obviously that wasn't the case. He has gone ahead and really brought in Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno is 100% fit to really take on the mantle to lead United back to Champions League football. That's what Ten Hag is going ahead to let us know about it. Then about Anton Martial and Jadon Sancho, this is what Ten Hag had to say. Sancho, for Martial, we have to manage Martial besides Jadon Sancho doing very well. Anton Martial too, but we have to choose. From a tactical point of view, we made this choice for today. And I think it's all based onto the injuries of Anton Martial and how his season was. Having played the 4 previous games, Thursday, Sunday, and he has started all of those games, and has gone ahead to play even 85 minutes, just 5 minutes away from playing a full 90 that he last played in 2021 against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. I think he needs to be managed better, and I think Ten Hag is getting it right, and he now knows what to do for his player, that is Anton Martial, and getting in Marcus Rashford in this game gives us a very good range of options off the bench of Manchester United. Not so. So as it stands, it's Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur going head to head tonight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've brought in your predictions, and I think we just need to really wait and see how things really go on, and obviously do the needful. And Bruno Fernandes has not yet missed a game of United because of injury, unless suspension. So it shows you how this man is like a robot. He's like a machine. Now, David De Gea has said, yes, of course, top 4 is the target. We have already won the Carabao Cup. It's great to be in the FA Cup finale, but of course, we have to finish in the top 4. It's important for us, for the club, for the fans. And I think we are just 4 wins. We are just 4 wins away from really clinching the 4th spot of the league. I think Newcastle will at a point X drop certain points, but I think we are charging up and you're having a better squad than those of Newcastle and the rest of the place. So guys, thank you very much for checking through. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rock and David will return when the game is done with what we call the match reactions. Thank you everyone who has been part of this live, and a sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. We are going to be live again when the game of football is done and dusted with the match reaction, and hopefully would have gone ahead to be the winners of the day. I'm out.